Hello, everyone. I'm Rudy Evenhouse. Well, the Oceana graduation just ended a few moments ago, and I'm going to be doing an Oceana-themed episode of the Daily Report, and we are live. I'm just going to give a minute to share a link to some people I wanted to invite, and then we'll get started. All right, let's see. We don't got any people viewing yet, but let's move the camera back and we're going to get started. I'm going to be playing the Daily Report theme. Okay, let's go. Now, just a word of warning. When I recorded this on video with my webcam before, the keyboard came out sounding kind of shitty, but please be advised, in almost all cases, I am not playing shitty, it's just the recording. In some cases, I am actually playing shitty, but let's get started. All right, Mom, my lovely assistant, please go into the back, and I'm going to go behind the curtain and start off with some Oceana-themed monologue. Yeah, all right. Whoop. Let me give me a minute to put that back on, folks. So, you never notice how these things are like really, really hard to actually put on. Like that's the one thing I don't like about graduation caps. They're really hard to put on and keep on. Okay, close enough. Oh, we're shaking. This thing is basically very fragile. The studio and it's full of spiders. All right, my assistant has come around the other side with my cue card. So, welcome to the Daily Report Oceana graduation themed live stream. Now, before we get going, there's a live chat, and part of the show, I'm going to be looking at the live chat. So if you want to share any of your favorite memories from Oceana or anything cool, or if you have any questions for me, put it in the live chat, and I will look at it and respond and maybe read some of them on air. Now, I'm going to try and think. I haven't prepared for this, unfortunately, but I'm going to try and think of a moment, a funny moment or something, story from my time in Oceana. Without further ado, let's get into the monologue. Does anyone remember the pool run? Ah, yes, the pool run. The atrocity the Geneva Convention was created to protect against. It's also the only thing that's longer than the Trump presidency. Well, as you know, in March, school closed and we had to do online learning. It was tough, but it did allow me to pursue my dream of watching South Park in my pajamas while avoiding schoolwork. Unfortunately, we had to do an online graduation instead of in person, meaning we weren't able to walk the stage at graduation. It's just as well because after all the junk food I've eaten during quarantine, I can barely walk. Well, now that we've graduated from high school, we're preparing to go to college. Anyone apply for Canada College? I was going to go there, but then I found out it was not located in Canada, and it was pronounced very different than I originally thought. All right. Just on the spur of the moment, I decided to be a complete copycat and do a classic way Johnny Carson would end his monologue with a golf swing. All right. We're going to sit down and get into the more of this live. Remember, we are live, and I can see we've got one person watching already, so that's great. Welcome. All right. So, for this desk bit, I'm going to be showing you a comic strip I wrote during the coronavirus quarantine thing. It's still going on, but you know what I mean. This this was a comic strip of my comic strip called Crazy Chickens, which is a comic strip about a bunch of humanoid chickens. I think the word is anthropomorphic, living in their daily lives. You have Hale, the smart one, Poppy Seed and Flower, the dumb chickens who like eating junk food. And then you have Larry and Daisy, who are in a relationship. And there's some other characters, but they don't really appear very much. So I'm not going to talk about them right now. Now, I am working on a website to post comic strips of that. So you may have also seen my April Fool's comic strip I posted. Definitely check that out if you want to see that. And I'll let you know when the website comes out. So this is the comic strip. And I'll do voiceovers as best I can. I really haven't figured out a set voice for the characters, but I'll give it a try. Move a little forward. Here. Technical difficulties, folks. Okay, here we go. So in this one, this is Hale, and she says, all these online myths about the coronavirus are crazy. This one says, drinking Purell will protect you against the coronavirus. That drinking Purell will protect you against the coronavirus. You shouldn't do that. And then Flower comes and drinking Purell and says, you shouldn't? And Hale says, no. And Flower says, well, that explains why I'm blacking out. Oh, wow, we got another one. 3 viewers, one of them being me. Welcome, welcome. All right, Mom, you can pull this back. I believe we have some musical performances coming up. All right, yes. So let me get out our first song. So this song has a story behind it, and it has to do with my film analysis teacher, Mr. Corp. Mr. Corp, if you're watching, I want to thank you for being such a great teacher. I had a lot of fun in your film analysis class over the year. We watched many great movies. I remember one of the movies I had watched it before, but it was great to watch again, was The Wizard of Oz, the original versions. I'm not sure if there's other versions, but the most famous version. And I got, because I also playing the piano is a hobby of mine. And after watching The Wizard of Oz and Mr. Corp's film analysis class, I decided to learn it. And I also ended up, instead of just getting sheet music, arranging a version myself. So here it is. This is Somewhere Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. Oh, we got another viewer. All right, now let's move on. Yes. So let's see. Well, we're getting towards the end of this episode. Oh, I forgot. I forgot one thing. Let's see if I see we've got a comment. Let's respond to comments, and maybe I'll share some stuff about my time about Oceana, and then we'll wrap it up, and that'll do it for the live stream. Okay. All right, we've got Tanu1215 is he or she commented a dab emoji. Thanks. We're up to 4 people, doing good. And let's see. What was my favorite moment at Oceana? Well, I've decided on it. So my favorite moment at Oceana was when I did the Fame Night. Now, for some previous Fame Nights, I had not done it, but I decided to do the Fame Night the one time, and I don't think we had it this year. But I ended up playing piano and doing stand-up comedy. If you watch my last video, there's some clips from that in there. Anyway, it was like a really big thing for me to like come out on stage and tell jokes and play piano and I got a really great reaction from the audience. I remember I think I played a little fast on one of the on one of the pieces, but I had some jokes I told. I was disappointed that I wasn't able to do Fame, and there wasn't really a Fame this year. But it was really great, and I got people actually subscribe to my channel because of that, and that's always very nice. I really like when people subscribe to my channel. And it was a really great night. It was really gratifying to be able to, because I'm used to just taping videos to an empty audience, but it was really nice to be able to actually tell jokes to an audience and actually make them laugh. And yeah, that's my story. If you want to comment, there's still more time. If at the end there's more people commenting, I will take some time to respond to that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh, you know what? Here's the thing. I have a surprise, but I forgot it, so I have to go get it. Can you all wait for me a sec? I'll be right back. Hey ho, I'm back. So what I've got here is I got some poppets and I got a confetti cannon. We're going to shoot those off at the end. So before I wrap things up, I'm going to throw off some poppets. Because, you know, who doesn't love a good round of poppets? This is for my other videos. All right. So now I'm going to wrap things up. Anyway, my time at Oceana had its... Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Milwee. So my time at Oceana had its ups and downs, but in my 4 years, it has been a really great time. I've got to meet a lot of people, have a lot of cool teachers, and have a lot of classes. So in conclusion, I'd like to thank some people. I'd like to thank all my teachers who taught me, especially Mr. Menard, Mr. Lukens, Mr. Milwee. I know you just, you subscribed to my channel. Thank you. Mr. Milwee, Mr. Corp. Let's see. Mr. Crookshank, and Miss Polar. I had her for several years. Miss David and Mr. Hagen. There's so many I can't even remember. Miss Ernholt, even though I didn't really like math, Miss Ernholt was a very nice teacher. Yeah, Mr. Duca was cool too. Okay, you know what? There's so many. I'm just going to say one blanket statement, and even because I can't remember everyone. Oh yeah, Mr. Orth. Thank you, Mr. Orth. I know I keep forgetting everybody, but that doesn't mean I don't really love them. And thank you. You were really helpful in my senior X, Mr. Lukens. You helped me in humanities. Mr. Milwee, you were a really great teacher, and you had us learn a lot of interesting things. I really love watching films with Mr. Corp, and I also really love art class with Mr. Crookshank. And I'd like to thank thank the teachers, and I thank all my friends I made along the way, and all my people who subscribed to me, and the people who subscribed to me who at Oceana. And so I think what we're gonna do now, this confetti cannon represents everyone who's watching this, everyone who graduated from Oceana. Let's just celebrate, and we're gonna, if I can see how this works, we're gonna pop this confetti cannon. First, I'd like to move this back a little bit so we can get the full effect. All right, let's see.
Jeez. Shot your mother.
So let's see. Do you think you can move around the computer so we can show where all that went?
No. Down.
Just move it so we can show. Well, I shouldn't have pointed at the camera. I should have popped it like up in the air. But you can see it's a really big amount of confetti. As Phil Swift would say, well, that's a lot of damage. All right. So, for my finale, I'm going to be playing the stereotypical song of all graduations. That's right. It's Pomp and Circumstance, baby. Good night.